Are there any questions for Debbie or Graham? You notice how I slope shoulders there because we do have the experts in the room. So if there are any questions on the two reports, because the two reports are complementary and they come from different backgrounds, but together they make a compelling case. So I think I've sold it enough. Are there any questions or remarks, indeed, on the reports? Rita.
Rita Dexter from London Fire Brigade. Just picking up the second comment that you said was being raised today, which was why don't you see that it's in their own interests? One of the things that I wonder about is that when we talk about the value of loss, I'm not sure that anybody thinks it's their loss. I'm not sure who thinks that's my money that I could have spent in some other way. And so I wondered about the potential to try and fill out that part of the picture. So we talk about £1 billion worth of losses, but I don't know that anybody feels any responsibility for that money or that it's their money. And I feel that there's probably something to do, you know, not just about business premises, but we tried, not very successfully in London, to have a go at it 4 or 5 years ago in the context of local authority housing. You know, do you realise how much this is costing you? And they were a bit, well, the insurance pays for it, so that's a bit of a problem. But that making people understand it's their money, I just wonder whether that would be a useful addition.
It would indeed, Rita, and we'll be looking at that. And one of the phrases I've been saying a lot today is insurance alone is not enough. Because insurance may rectify some of the damage and the loss. But if you lose a warehouse full of goods just before Christmas, that could stop your business in its tracks. In fact, it could be fatal. Graham, economically inclined question. I don't know if you want to pick up on Rita's question.
I'm just going to say a second, to say a couple of words, and then I'm going to pass on to Oliver, who's Director of CBI, who wrote the report, because it gets too technical for me at a certain point, so he needs to do the difficult bit. But the central point of the what we call an asymmetric market is when there's insufficient awareness and information within the market as to the benefits to someone in that market. So whenever there's a lot of loss, there's a lot of money that could have been made. So this goes to the asymmetry of the market, which is, Oliver, if you could step up for a second, this is the concept that people, for example, the manufacturers of warehousing are insufficiently aware of the market advantage to them, which is, I'll explain.
I think it's a great point. I think it's a great point you make. I think one of the points I made on radio this morning is that government not only needs to get business around the table, but property developers, because that's where it starts really. And I think property developers are all about minimising cost and maximising profit, and putting in a fire sprinkler system when they have no guarantee of getting compensated for that is a problem.
Thank you, and don't ask Graham and Oliver about neo-endogenous classical growth theory unless you've got half an hour to spare. But they really do know their business. It's been a pleasure working with such experts.